Okay. So, I have an issue, you said, with the application. Another one. Okay. Okay, look, guys. Let me show you my screen now. On Coursera, how does it look? Okay. But I believe it's not confidential, right? View learners. Gradebook. Okay, look. Now let me share. Paylaş ekran. Now I will change the screen. If you talk, if you write something, I'm not going to be seeing, okay? So if you want to say something, just open your microphone. Look, this is my admin screen. So when I click on here, I can see program learners, okay? Which is you, okay? All of you, I can see here. And I can see here the gradebook. So critical, this one you are taking currently, right? View learners. Here, do you see here? I don't want to, okay, let me close the account, right? I can't do it, but maybe I should close it, but okay, nothing confidential, I think here. So guys, if you complete it, there is here grades automatically appear. So what I'm going to do before the semester ends, I will come here and I will take all the grades from here, okay? I can't read. So please use your microphone. So that's it. Do you want me to show all of you? 15 completion, enrolled, okay? At least I can show who is completed, so you will be sure. So quickly I'm reviewing, okay? So that's how it looks.
Hocam bir
Yes,
şey
go ahead.
soracağım. Biz nereye basıp da o sizin verdiğiniz ödevi yapacağız? Onu anlayamadım.
Siz onu anlamadınız. Okay.
Evet.
Let me check. So your friend asking, we don't really know how to complete the course itself. So let's try. Look, now I need to change my screen. Here, come here. My Coursera. Let's do like this. Let me do some sort of collection selected. Let's see this one. Enroll starts, but I already finished it. Look here. Can you see my screen now? You can, right? So enroll.
Yes.
I enrolling. I already enrolled before, but anyway, it says enroll. Look. So you come here one by one. You come here. You read it. You like here. Sorry. Like you watch it. Notes, downloads, whatever you need, it exists here. This is introduction to logistics. Go to next item. Do you see that? So it's just, I mean, this is how it works. And at the end of it, I believe there is some, I'm not sure if there is any quizzes here. I don't remember. I completed before, by the way, but I currently, yeah, mid-course evaluation, something like this, for example. You see? Do you understand now? Is it clear, guys? For the
Yes,
one,
it is. Thank you very much.
It is right? Okay, good. Now, paylaşımı durduralım. Then we can go back. So now, do you guys see the screen? Yes. Okay, hocam, I just click on what's on my mail, but I couldn't figure out how to use Coursera. Okay, I think we now all figure out for the one, last time I'm telling, for the one who is struggling to start their, can't use their email address through Coursera. Please, I added a guideline here on Teams. Go to the boxes, okay, documents, sorry. Check on that. There will be a help center or some email address. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure they will help you out with your email address issue. Okay. And also I send you an invitation. I think now it should work. If you're okay with that, now I need to start lecturing. Paylaş. So today, guys, while it's opening, let me explain what we're going to do today. So today we're going to complete our culture courses with self-assessment, and at the end of it, pop-up quiz. But quiz mean we will do all together, okay? Not like a grading one. Now değiştir. Okay. But first, now we will do a self-assessment. So what I am expecting you, please take a pencil, note, whatever it is. You're going to do, you're going to calculate it by your hands, okay? And then you're going to write when it's completed, you're going to write down on the chat box. Then we're going to talk about how does it really reflect you. I want to hear from your opinion about your own results, okay? So let me open now. Self-assessment. By the way, these self-assessment are very important, I was saying, because you are going to use the result of this self-assessment in your presentation at the end of this semester. You are not going to use any other survey or whatever it is, okay? You have to use those ones. So this is, we have today course, what you're going to assess about our cultural intelligence. CQ mean cultural intelligence. Okay, so for cultural intelligence, there we have like a survey which is cognitive, physical, and emotional. Okay, so please start counting, collecting, and taking notes. So here you see 1, 2, 3, 4 items. For each of them, you're going to see 4 sentences. Please rate them, whether strongly disagree or strongly agree. Okay, please write them down, accumulate it, get your cognitive CQ somewhere written. I will open up the second one, this one, which is physical CQ. Please do the same, and please do the last one for emotional. When you complete 3 of them, at the end of it, please write them on the chat box. Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Clear.
Great. Okay, now you can start. Done with physical. I continue with the emotional, the last one. If you're done, please write your result on the chat box. I'm waiting. Cognitive result, physical result, emotional result. Thank you, Dara. Robert, can you also write accumulate them like your friend? I would be appreciated. Mahmut. Mm-hmm. Good. I'm reading. So, 1, 2. Good. Now, thank you very much. You can still continue for the one who haven't written right there. Please continue writing there in the chat box. Now, I want to ask your idea. Let me first explain this. Why we are doing it? What is the importance of doing this? Okay. As you know, all those assessments is to actually tells us to increase our awareness. Okay, self-awareness. We know it. And all the survey that we are going to use during the classes, they are all validity, reliable to test, are approved previously. Okay. From that perspective, it is quite okay. However, as a scientist, we always say that in social sciences, always there is an error, confidence interval, and there is always the error, like a 5%, which we call. So since we are human beings and we are irrational, and sometimes we don't really decide which one is true, which one does really reflect us, okay? So that's why I want to get your opinion. I want you to be critical about your result at the same time. So now my question to you, guys, how do you find the result is really reflecting your personality? Plus, that's first question. Second, personality mean like here, still it's considered personality, by the way. But plus, I want to hear how does those sort of question, for example, really reflect, do you think, your emotional CQ, your physical CQ, or your cognitive CQ? So two questions. Who would like to answer? Like, I'm expecting an answer, expecting mean. Like this, for example, statement in physical or emotional or cognitive. I don't think it's really reflected. I don't really agree, or I do agree. Something like this, okay? Comments?
Yes, so in the physical,
Yeah.
I easily change the way I act when a cross-cultural encounter seems to require it. So I agree with the statement.
Mm-hmm.
I like my body language adapting to the new culture, and it doesn't yet come naturally so fast. So I need some experience and learn the strategies of the culture more to
Mm-hmm.
adapt for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 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 Also, there is an issue here about the body language. It's very important, guys. I want to say. For physical one, I had many critics previously from the student as well. How I'm going to adapt all the time, how I'm going to really calculate my physical, like especially my body language. Even though brain do the physical, all the mimics, body languages, gestures, okay? They do it, the brain do it subconsciously. Sometimes you don't even realize, but sometimes we see that, right? But by just looking at the appearance, the outside, how does it look? And then we have some idea. We say, okay, that person is really not satisfied. That person seems very sneaky. That person is something like this, you know? It's not always easy to hold it. But here, the idea is, please, we don't want to hold, we don't want to press our body language. But the suggestion here is we can be more conscious and adapt our body language through the situation. This is only possible when you are really aware of it. Okay, that's being mindfulness at the same time. So this is how does it suggested by the during the, for example, interview. Okay, during the interview, you might be very anxious that you may not even realize how your body language really reflect to the other party. But since here, even though you might be really anxious, I've really experienced it, by the way, and so the suggestion here, especially you may say, I'm very anxious person. I don't really know how to stop my like body language. I became so much, you know. But again, as I said, suggestion here, realize it, learn. And by the way, we will learn during this class some basic and the main body languages. That's how we can use it. Okay, especially for the one who don't really know where to put their hands during the presentation, right? So we have some tips for that. But yeah, here the idea is you can modify it, let's say. Not really control it, not the pressure, but modify. Okay, so we will work on it. Another one I was thinking to say, ooh, okay, question. Do you remember this question last week? Why do you think it's for the cultural, including body language, of course, why does it really matter our the cultural CQ for businesses, for doing business, for not business mean here for our working life, for our professional life, regardless of what kind of job you're going to do, guys. I'm highlighting this one, okay? You may be your entrepreneur, you may be leading your own company, or you're a dentist, or I don't know, you are a photographer. I don't really know, like any job, like HR or finance guy, whatever it's going to be. Why does it really matter to having cultural, let's say, it says intelligence. Let's say cultural intelligence.
How do the people treat you, and how do you treat other people from different cultures?
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. They treat you accordingly. Good. Okay, Dara.
There's some different way of communication, and this is some kind of a non-verbal way of communication. For example, people looking at you and they are analyzing some kind of information they're taking. For example, you're looking anxious. I know that you're like out of control or something like this.
Okay.
They're getting some insights because of your
Mhm.
appearance and how you're introducing yourself to this culture.
Okay. Okay. Good. Especially from the now we are analyzing whether our physical appearance, how does it look, plus how our body language reacts during the situation. So we try to guess. Plus, this is just part of it, according to this assessment. If you realize this is just part of it, body language. But except from that, cultural CQ is very important for especially if you're doing like an internationally like something more international business, let's say, especially if you're doing it's if imagine you're going to meet up with some Chinese company that you're going to work with, for example, right? Or Japanese or United States, whatever it is, right? If you don't really aware of their cultural aspects, you may not be happy at the end of it. Especially if you realize no, we didn't. Okay, sorry, we didn't discuss this with you, with the other group we discussed. Sorry. Now, actually, I want to show you this one. We can discuss this, but no, not now. Wait, I will show you one thing, and then I will jump on the pop-up quiz together. Okay? We will do it together. Give me a second now. But before going to going through that one, I think we see this one together. This one concern. Did we discuss this one last week? I'm not sure. We discussed this one, but not this one, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah, not this one. But it's quite similar to the other one. Just let's take a look very quickly, because one of the question might be related with that one. So let's remember it again, okay? For example, this is the Chinese versus Western cultures differences for communication practices, especially for the working life. So concern, Chinese saving. What is saving face, by the way? Do you know this word?
It's like being in control of yourself, maybe.
Controlling your mimics or something.
Close, very close, related with that. Yeah, go ahead. I
Don't
think
express your emotions with your face, I think.
it is very, again, true. Because saving faces, it's mainly related with do not really showing your shame to the other part, the outside. Especially, it's about shaving. Yeah, closing your shame or anger. Yeah, not doesn't really show. Try to not showing your emotion too much. True. Okay, so Chinese are more saving face. That's why I don't really understand. Because generally, in reading the emotions, reading the body language, it gives you a lot of insights. That's a very good skills, I have to say. Especially if you just encounter in a new area, new culture, new country, okay? Reading the body language, even though the other party doesn't have to show the body language like this, okay? But just a very very single, small, unique expression can give you a lot of insight. So that's why it's important. Chinese saving face, Western is more the frankness. They do show a lot, like they compliment a lot. Maybe I told you before, in UK especially, they compliment a lot. And sometimes you are missing some parties because it become their culture, okay? And respect and politeness, of course, for Chinese. Assertiveness from the Western part. Compromising, flexibility from Western part is more like a self-assurance. Anything, let me see, I want to mention. I don't want to read them. Patient, time efficiency, yeah. Social stature, again, is important. Communication practices, reserved. Reserved is somehow related with the saving face, right? Extrovert, yeah, very open, Western culture, not really hesitating what they want to tell. Tentative, personal, less personal. Personal, interesting. Nobody contact, yeah, they don't really touch also. No pointing. Oh, this one, guys. I'm not sure. Okay, let me ask. This one, pointing someone or pointing, or just when you talk to somebody that you want to get the attention, if you do that, how does it, in your culture, okay, because we have a different cultures in this group, how does it perceived? Yes, Dara.
In my culture, it's getting into your personal space a little, and sometimes it can be too aggressive. So that's why we don't use it much.
Right? I agree. I know. I didn't know. Yes, please.
I wanted to ask a question. Sorry to interrupt you. I wanted to ask a question about communication practices, personal, less personal, because I thought like the other way about Chinese culture. That's why.
That's why when I come here, personal, less personal, I also give the same reaction as you do. Personal? I don't think is personal. How personal?
I mean, I heard a lot about Japanese working culture that, for example, asking questions like how much money do you earn is one of the first questions, and it's okay to talk about it. While, for example, in Western culture, it's a little bit too personal to talk about it.
Thank
So
you very
maybe
much.
that was
Thank you very much, Dara. That's a very good example because I felt like with Chinese, we don't really, but okay, because we guys, that's an important distinction here. I'm enlightened. From my own experience, now I remember, even though with Western culture, you can talk very like express being yeah, you can express yourself, okay, very direct. It's okay to talk it, but with the Asian, especially with the Chinese one, you don't really express your feeling or whatever it is very directly, okay. However, when it's come to a context, you're with the UK, at least I know. Yes, you don't really ask that directly, a very personal question. Yeah, we don't really do that. Funnily enough, in my culture, we don't point with our fingers. We use our, huh? Please, Angela. Please, I want to hear this. What is it? We don't point with your finger. We use our lips. How? Which culture are you belong to? Wow, impressive. I didn't know we have Filipinos. Yeah, how does it work? Like, how you mean with the lips? We purse them and point at things. I would be appreciated if you use your microphone, Kristen. That's an interesting point.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Is it sorry, because I'm outside, that's why. We basically when we point at stuff, we kind of purse our lips in a way as if we're kissing someone.
Oh,
So it might come off very weird to other people.
it is. Is it? The
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. What about that one? It might be rude, maybe.
We also use it, but usually we just tend to use our lips.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Because why I'm saying this guy, I had some issue with that. I use my finger point a lot, and somebody told me that you shouldn't do that. I said, why? Because it seems like you are somehow being a position of leading to other party, or like more like a sounds of dictatorship, something like this, you know. I was like, okay, thank you. So that's why I wanted to say it, okay? And it's very, as you probably know more than me, but for example, in European culture, you may know, but I can't tell it. It's somehow there are very rude things to show with the like using body language. So because in some cultures it's perfectly okay, but in other culture, in our culture, for example, it doesn't really accept it. But okay, let's do that because we have a body language class. So I will go deep into another body language class. Okay. For now, I'll keep it here. So now let's do pop-up quiz. Ready? Ready. Okay, this one. In which culture is it considered essential to exchange business cards with both hands and study the card before putting it away? Dara, I will give you a chance, but give me a second. Yeah, let's use chat box because I want everybody to participate. Okay, please use chat box. I will announce at the end. Exchange business card with both hands and study the card before putting it away. Okay. Ziad. Seems like yes. I see you just changed it. Okay. Yeah, it is. Yes, guys, the answer is Chinese. Yeah, true. Okay, second question. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Exactly, Simran. Uh-huh. Thanks for sharing. This is easy, I guess. Is it punctuality, being strict? Who is that? Yeah. Good. Germany, of course. Okay, let me change the question. Which country is known, not known, but don't really care to be punctual? I don't want to, okay, I don't want to insult, okay? But they're really well known with that, like vice versa. Which country is the otherwise? But it's not in the list. But yeah, true. Yegane, is it? Is it? Okay, you tell me that. Saudi Arabia, is it? I don't really know. So Ziad, you tell us. You don't know? Okay, with the
What
Saudi, yeah,
was the
go ahead.
question, teacher?
The question was, I
What was
changed
the question?
okay, I changed the question. I said that this answer, as we know, is Germany. They know with the punctuality. But let's say in Europe. In Europe, there is some country, they also very well known with going late to the meeting or going late to they're really late and it's accepted there in Europe. Let me see all the answer. I will answer. French? I don't think so. Okay, for example, in some countries, Ziad, I will also explain you. Uh-huh. Question. Yeah, answer are coming. Turkey? No, not Turkey. Please try to come here late. Please come to my meeting late, then you see the real result. No. Yeah, okay. Spain and Italy, they can fight for that. But yeah, they are well known of arriving very late to the meeting. It's yeah. So let me explain here something. Being punctuality. In Germany, it's very strict. You have to be punctual. In Turkey, 5-10 minutes, it's still accepted. People can understand, especially if you live in Istanbul, people are okay with 5-10. But if you become late, also in Turkey, in meetings like 15 minutes, something more than 15, it's really like approach like a irrespectful. Okay, so this from country to country is changing. But for Italy, Portugal, Italy, Spain, I have experience with all of them, and this is what they also told me about this. They even accept like half an hour, and they're always late. Maybe also there are some exception. In the Italy, or for example, in the up part, not south, the other one, north. North Italy, for example, they are more like strict. But when it comes to the south of Italy, oh my goodness. So it is acceptable. And in Spain, it's also acceptable, let's say. Okay, thanks for joining me. Now, the question. In a negotiation, Nigeria too, well, mostly Africa in general, there is something called African time. Ah, thank you, Aishat. It's late, like half an hour, Aishat? Being late, like half an hour is okay? Okay. Hmm. Mohammed, it is, but it is also become a culture. In our country, you accidentally, if you come late, it means that you respect. Simran, which country? Aha, Kazakhstan. Good to know. Okay. Now, let's go back our question. In negotiation with Japanese business partner, what is common practice when making a decision or responding to a proposal? Aha. Now, let's come back. Japan. Hmm. C and D, definitely no. We all agree. Quick and direct response? Not really. Taking time for thoughtful consideration. B. B. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Which culture tends to be more hierarchical and formal in its approach to business, using titles and formal greetings? Come on, the other options are too easy. That's my bad, guys. Sorry, I wouldn't make it that easy next time. See, right? Hey. I'm changing question. Listen. I'm changing. The question is the same. Imagine A become China, not Dutch. B Australia. The rest is same. A China, B Australia, C Japan, D Canada. What would be the answer? Really? Is it still Japan? Which country have more power distance, China or Japan?
I think it's
Remember,
Japan.
remember last week, Dara?
I think it's Japan too.
Okay, look. Now I'm doing in front of your eyes. Hofstad cultural comparison tool. We open up quickly. We write here China versus Japan. Let's see which one. I think we discussed this. Let's see which one. Power distance, China 80%, Japan 54%. So Chinese are more hierarchical, guys. China is more. China. Also, do you remember last week we also talked about like individualism? Japan was more individualist because they were lonely also. You remember this discussion, right? Comparison to China also. Fake news, Japan trust. Okay. Oh no, wait. Oh, then in the next slide, we're going to see two different questions. You can answer two of them on the chat box. So I'm opening 3, 2, 1. United Arab Emirates. Okay, you can answer the first one first. Okay, let's do first one. And then we discuss this if you want, the second one. Is there, I believe in this group we have United Arab Emirates. I remember from last week. Let me see. Ghani? Maybe Ghani was from United Arab? Who was from United Arab? Let me check my notes. No, sorry, he's from first group. United, is there anybody from United Arab Emirates? I need that person. Okay, until it appears, let's discuss. So the first question, United Arab Emirates for businesses, primary motivation. Profit maximization. Okay, this question is tricky, guys, because business, why they exist for profit maximization that we all know. However, especially in Middle Eastern area, it is very important to build strong personal relationship that really matters, the relationship. I've also experienced some actually. But Iraq, for example, we had so yeah, I was about to ask anybody who is agree with United Arab Emirates or Saudi. What Saudi thinks? Khalid, you are from Saudi. Tell us.
My name is Ziad, yeah, but it's
Ziad,
for
sorry, Ziad.
relation.
Yeah, it is B, right?
It's B.
Uh-huh. Okay, you approve that. Okay, cool. Then second one, in negotiation with Brazil, what is the significance of building a personal relationship? Sorry, irrelevant business success. It's necessary for establishing trust. Hinder the negotiation process. It's seen as an unprofessional. B. Is it B? It's also B in Brazil. Yeah, it's also B in Brazil. It's necessary for establishing trust also for them. Okay, now 3, 2, 1. I think that's last question, maybe? No, not yet. South Korea. What is the customary way of addressing individual using their titles or job position? South Korea? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. We all agree. Asian are more hierarchical, we all know, and titles are important. Yeah, titles are important there. 3, 2, 1. In which countries? Aha, you know the answer. Saving face. Who is saving face? Easy. I really want to send heart to this classroom. Yeah. And what should you avoid doing in a business meeting in India to show respect? Avoid highlighting. Arriving on time. Making direct eye contact. Presenting gift with the left hand Addressing someone by their first name. Oh, this question is tricky. This is tricky because I'm not sure. Help me. Anybody is from this region? Pakistani could be, Indian could be. I know you have a different culture, but at least from the same area. Arriving on time is okay, of course. Addressing someone by their first name. I'm not sure. How hierarchical was India? Did we check India's rates, by the way? I'm lost. I'm not sure if
No,
it's
we
okay.
didn't.
We didn't, right? I'm not sure if it's okay to. Let me remember my. I never used their first name. I think we had the Indian partner. Okay, now let's do it. I think that will give us a solution. India. I think power distance is very high, 77. I think the answer is D. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Let's check. Let's check the answer. I think it's C, and it's not only for gifting present. Presenting gift and with left hand. Think about it until I tell you the result. And you can discuss during the chat box also. I would be happy to hear. I want to see my mistakes. Let's see. Left hand, because in some cultures, they receive, you will see in the next question, by the way, receiving and, no, I shouldn't say. Give me a second. Guys, yes, I was right. I was right. It's not acceptable to use their first name in India, no. And power distance, I checked their grade rates, it's 677, it's a lot. So they do value the position. I'm pretty sure they do value that. So the answer is D. And it's a tricky question, I agree. Yeah. In many Middle Eastern culture, what is the significance of the left hand in business interaction? This is a very tricky question that I didn't know. It is a sign of disrespect, huh? Okay, okay. A is not, it is used for handshake. No, I think it's hands for giving and receiving. It is considered the dominant hand. But Zia said only, what is only? We use right only. Okay. This is why I also know. But in business interaction, giving. Okay, this is a tricky one. Muhammad. You know what? Both Muhammad. Muhammad Jamal. Muhammad Jamal. If I call you Jamal, would be okay? So if you will understand that I'm talking to you.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Because we have many Muhammad. So we have Muhammad Hujaira and Jamal, let's say. They're both saying, and I believe you're also from, and Ziyad is also from Saudi. Three of you saying that it is A, right? In the Islamic tradition. I know, Aishat. Yes, emphasizing respect, purity, dignity, right hand is very important. Yeah, yes. But the answer, I don't want to say this. You will send me a rock on my head. The answer is C. We can check. I don't really know why, because
It's
I've
subjective.
taken
I say
this
it's
one from
A
the book.
still. Five people
Yes.
here say it's A and you say it's C. No, it's not true. It's fake news again.
Ziad. Ziad, the
Because we
problem is I'm
receive
not
with our
saying
right
it.
hand always. We never use our left hands at all.
I agree, by the way. I didn't, by the way, this is not my question. I've taken this from the book, one of the books. So that's why I'm also critical. Like, how come? How? Why? Hands were giving and
Hojam, who was the author? From which country was the author of that book? That's the question now.
Good question. Thank you, Ahmet. Thanks for killing me now. Uh, you all know most of the books are written by Western cultures. That's another problem.
Propaganda.
Okay. No, I'm not gonna ask you those sort of questions. This is really like tricky one. It depends on the exact country. Yeah, it's not common. No. This question, I agree with you. This is really tricky. Like, even though I don't know why Ultra thinks the answer is C, but I also I wouldn't agree. Okay, I delete this question. Please forgive me. Okay. This is no later. This is not now. This is I keep for interview question for our HR. I'm expecting now. I'm waiting an answer from one of the HR, big HR director from a very good company. Hopefully, we will arrange our class together with her. Okay, now guys, I will jump on the another culture is over now. I will jump on the another topic. Which is quite important because it is talking about 21st century's competencies, and I'm going to share you some report result, like a future jobs, what it says, what kind of skills we should have. This is a research. I'm going to show in a minute, and now we can give 10 minutes break. I will be here, by the way. If you have any question regarding something like Coursera, I think I'll be here to talk on chat box, okay? Not loudly because it's recording. Okay, 10 minutes break. What time is it? Let's be on time so we don't finish late. It's 4 to 40, 4 to 50, we're gonna meet, okay? 10 minutes. Okay. So today, in our second session now, I'm not going to start personality, but as I said, now we're going to talk about the soft skills, what the companies require from you as a new graduate, what kind of skill they want to see. We'll talk about this. And then I'm going to ask your preferences about our guest speaker. Maybe after seeing the report, what kind of jobs will be more like a, how to say, desirable. Okay, let's say. Maybe it will jump up in your mind some idea. So you may share with me. Okay. So let's see. Because I may try push my best to find someone. Now, as I said, skills. There is this research I have taken because this is they have a sort of survey with the leaders in LinkedIn account with leaders. Okay, they did survey and they ask these leaders what kind of top skills for future applicants should have. Especially by 2027, they say, like these days, especially. So this is the results. They are according to their answer. They provide this answer. So let's see what they said. So again, it's now time to talk about real soft skills, okay? Do we know, are you all acknowledge about difference between soft skills and hard skills? What is soft, what is hard
Yes, we do.
skills? Yeah, everybody is agree what is soft, what is hard?
I can tell.
Yeah, go ahead, Dara.
Hard skills are more of your professional skills, like for example, how many programs do you use and feel fluent in and everything. Soft skills is more about your personality and communication into company.
Yeah. Yes, true. Thank you. So hard is more like technical skills that you need, and soft is more about your human being skills, let's say. Okay, it's including your communication skills, including your emotional intelligence, including your thinking skills. We're going to now dig into what kind of thinking skills we have and what kind of activity do we really need to use to enhance, to improve our those sort of skills. Okay, so let's see. So they ask, according to WEF report, WEF mean World Economic Forum report, okay? Technology adoption, of course, will remain a key driver. We all know there is no objection. Which machines and algorithm can automate many repetitive tasks? We also know. And the jobs that require human skills such as creativity, collaboration, communication, problem solving, and empathy. Okay, empathy. I'm highlighting this, okay? Soft skills radically differentiate us from, of course, artificial intelligence. You may be really worried about this. Even me, I'm sometimes getting worried about because of the artificial intelligence power, how we're going to impact our job, future job opportunities. But there's still room to that we can enter, okay? Which is soft skills. Soft skills is increasing by 53% according to latest survey published in 2023. So this is what I was saying. They ask leader what kind of skills you want to see in your employees, okay? Social emotional skills become increasingly important between 2017 to 2013, and the brief shift back to technical skills during the period of labor market that we all know. Especially after COVID, that become a very important issue. So big data, cloud computing, education technologies, and AI. These are, as we all know, these are new trends that we're going to use as well. And they also ask this question. 85%, according to results of organization survey, identify increased adoption of new and frontier technologies, broadening the digital access. So 85 of companies, they say that, yes, we are going to use this digital transformation in our organization. right? Okay, this is until now. I think most of you are aware of it. And now we're going to discuss how to also enhance those sort of skills, okay? And employers are looking for people who can work in teams, communicate clearly, and listen to the others. And at the same time, they also want someone who can lead teams and guide the others. These days, becoming leader, we know that there are plenty of leadership types. Transformational, servant leadership. There are like many others leadership that we know, okay? But now, these days, they saw there is a new research, reluctance, I think, reluctance, yeah. So leaders are more hesitating to lead the team actually. Now it becomes sort of popular because nobody wants to lead. Now, I don't want to say nobody, but comparison to previous generation, the research says that generation, and they are less likely to want to be a leader in the team. I don't know what you think about this. So they also want to encourage the team to lead the yes, Dara.
I wanted to ask your opinion. Why does it happen? Like, why people don't want to be leaders anymore as it was like in the previous? Maybe because they don't want to take responsibility, or what? Like,
Yeah, thank you, Dara. I think I guessed the answer. Everybody, Aisha, thank you. Thank you, Aisha. The reason why, yeah, the generation does really matter. If you remember, we talk a bit about the generation differences in one of our classes. Y generation, for example, we as a Y generation and X generation, you know, for example, X generation was very conservative. Okay, they really well known for being very hierarchical, very like following the rules and etc. Y generation, we trained like when we train as a very in a competitive area, okay, and capitalist world at the same time. So they teach us, especially in this our region, sorry, in generation. For example, MBA become very popular. So being competitive, being leader, and showing your skills is become very crucial thing. So in between Y generation is still very respected thing. Okay, it is about how social acceptance work also. And again, culture is very important here. But with the Z generation, what have been changed is you have perceived as also the research wise less likely to be competitive comparison to Y and X generation. And the reason, of course, digital world does really affect it. Also, I believe you realize because I've completed my PhD, then I've seen ChatGPT come, okay? So I didn't have chance to study my exams, my report, thesis with ChatGPT, for example, ChatGPT. I think that really affects also the motivation of the student as well. And knowledge, I believe it become less, I don't want to undermine, but I've seen also, I try to speak with the like you guys. I don't know what you think. I've seen from many other students like influence are gaining more, education become less important, knowledge become very easy to achieve, easy to reach, you know. I believe that these are the reason. And also because as I should say, yeah, I think you go with the flow more than us. This is what I've also seen. I think it's not this generation doesn't want to lead. It's what leadership today feels heavier, riskier, and more. I will thank you very much, Aishat. That was the one issue about generation. Now I will come to second one. Thank you very much, Aishat, for reminding me. Yeah. Second reason why I also see around me from the industrial area, let's say, professional life. Even my friend tells me that I hate to lead. I don't want to lead. I say, why? It used to be, you know, nice position to have. She said, because exactly like this, you don't really perceive this value when you lead the people, and your position requires you to be more responsible itself. Also, if you want to lead the people, you have to be more like a servant leader. I don't know if you have ever heard this terminology, servant leadership. You can understand.
I did.
You do, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah. So servant leadership is more about like a serving. So previously, leaders were more like people who were they approaching them, higher position, more like this. But now these days, leaders are not really, they don't really approach leader like this way, like fully respectful, very, also it's because culture is also changing, okay? So now leaders are not that respected comparison to before as well. Also, like just what Aisha said, they don't really feel like, why do I need to do that? Why I need to take that responsibility and that will make me sick because of the stress. These are the reasons, not only for your generation, actually, even in our generation. So for example, I don't want to be dean. I really don't want. It's recorded, but it's okay. I think you're so because it's too much responsibility, and why should I do that? I don't know. Like, this is reluctant leaders. Okay. So even though now currently I have a leadership position in one of the research center, I don't know. That's a crucial question. I think new generation not only commit to corporate jobs, now you can make profit individually. So all teamwork, corporate roles stuff, just not important that it was before. Arushan, yeah, that's another thing. Exactly, that's another thing. But so let's come back to our point here about the soft skills. You may not have to lead. You may don't want to lead some group, let's say team, but still you have to have soft skills, like listening skills, like cultural intelligence skills, like how to say agreeableness. You will send me a rock again. Agreeableness, we will discuss this in next week in our personality class. How does it good to sound to be agreeable or not? But yeah, in personality class, we will discuss this point as well. Culture, popularity change, the IT nerd being rock star from leader, boss to narrow, but strong specialist, maybe, at least in my industry. Which industry, Dara? Business? Finance?
No, I'm from animation and game development industry.
Oh, okay, animation. Okay, I didn't know it. I thought you were from business. Okay. Okay. Yeah, could be, yes. But let's go back to our topic. You don't have to be leader, but still you have to have these sort of skills. Let's continue with that. Soft skills improve, of course, employee satisfaction and productivity. So the more than 800 companies surveyed in the report indicate investing in learning and professional development is a common strategy for achieving their organization business goal. Now, even we had a talk with one of the company that they say they will create, and they already does, by the way, they have their own academy in their company. Academy, like especially IT companies, they started to do that. The IT academy mean they have their own education staff, even though you graduate from university, and they are teaching soft skills. I know many people who are in IT now, and they have to take those soft skill courses in their company. So that's why I'm telling you that having this and wearing it, this sort of soft skills, that will be plus while you're applying for a job also. Okay, so you see, 6 out of 10 employees will need training before 2027. Top training priority is now become analytical thinking, which is expected to account for 10% of training initiatives on average. Analytical thinking. Now I have a question. What is how do you think we can improve our analytical thinking skills? Dara.
Maybe studying or reading a lot of non-fictional literature and asking right questions.
Okay. Stay there. Remember, I always ask you and suggest you, if you wanna learn something that you may not really know deeply, my suggestion is generally go to root of the word, try to understand what the word itself telling us. So the root of the word, you don't have to know the etymology, but still, as far as I know, analytic is coming from Greek word, analus, I think. And the meaning is, or even in Turkish, we say analiz, right? Also in English. Analyze. It's coming from analyze. What is analyze? What we do while we analyze. How do we analyze?
We are connecting the reason and consequences lines.
Good. Yes. Right? We try to connect reason and connect and cause and effect, especially. That's why it is very important to know cause and effect relationship. Okay? It's like a hypothesis. Okay? So yeah, we know that it is cause and effect. And okay, I will ask this question again. Stay there because I want you to give me some real practice about how can we increase our soft skills, especially if it's analytical thinking skills. Okay? The second is the promote creative thinking, which will be the focus of 8 of the training initiative. Creative thinking. Do you believe creative people are born? This is like a leadership question. Probably you heard this question before. Like the question is whether leaders are born or it can be learned. It's the same thing. Do you think creativity is born or you can improve it? Dara, thank you very much. Stay there. Is there anybody except Dara can tell me? Go ahead. Brainstorming boosts creativity in any field. Definitely, Mohammed. Thank you. Aishat.
Okay, so I believe everybody is born with creative potential, but it takes one to go ahead and pursue it.
Yeah, good approach. So you can learn and improve it. It requires practicing, Taner. Yes, definitely. For boots brainstorming, I do agree with that as well. Brainstorming will also help for analytical thinking skills as well, definitely. Mind map. I don't know if you have tried mind map during your classes. Do you know mind map, guy? How many of you know? Let me ask like this, because that's a good practice and I want you to do it. Mind map, can you just raise your hand? I will count. How many of you know mind map? Mind map. You can raise your hands. How many of you know? Let me check how many of you know. Good. 6 out of 38, 7. Mind map. Okay, 7. Stay there. Don't put down your hand, please, because I have a question. Which department are you from, guys? You like again? Which department again? Or Mohammed? Software engineering, Mohammed. Good. Okay. Finance. Okay. Can you see again? Advertising. Cartoon animation. Industrial engineering. Lol. Oh, good. Psychotherapy. Yeah. Advertising. Yes. Especially in communication faculty, I believe you use it a lot. You somehow you have to animation, visual. Yeah. Mind map. Guys, for the one who don't know and who haven't used especially if like anything, for example, you have a very good idea, but you don't know how to conceptualize it, and you don't really know where to go. You don't really know where to start also. Okay, mind map, you can consider it as a technique for planning your thoughts in your mind. It's like trying to systematize your ideas on the paper, or you can use it on there are some very good web page that you can do mind map on that as well. I think those hands are raised because you want to talk, for example, Aishat, or you keep it because I said you keep it. Okay. If you want to talk, please go ahead. Okay. So for the mind map, yeah, Aishat, you can talk, by the way.
I was saying I'm aware of it. I know what it
Yeah.
is.
Okay. Now clear. Okay. Thank you, Aishat. So guys, yeah, I was saying that. And it is a very good technique to do that, especially if it's like a project, if it's like a in business life, even I still do that, by the way. What you do is simply you just take the note and start to write down all the keywords comes to your mind, and those try to associate those keywords and try to see the big pictures, and out of it try to do more systematized. So here the idea is we want to systematize our thinking. Okay, so that's just a one tip for the one who don't use mind map before. So okay, let's continue. Employers also plan to focus on developing employee skills, leadership, social influence, resilience, flexibility, agility, curiosity, and lifelong learning. How do you remember curiosity from last week? And one of you asked me a
About the
good
culture?
question. Yes, culture, right? From the video also. And some of you asked me, I remember, is it really okay to be curious and asking so many questions in the working place? Some of you asked me this question, I remember last week. So yeah, you see that? So curiosity, just try to make the balance, of course, but it's still a very good issue, like important issue. And lifelong learning, of course. Even if you continue in the job market, you will get training a lot. Resilient, flexibility, agility. Okay, what is this? Resilient, flexibility, agility. What are those things? What is the difference? Anybody want to explain this?
I'm only sure about my definition of flexibility. I'm not sure about others.
Okay, you sure about flexibility? You're not sure about resilience and agility, right?
Yes.
Okay, let me ask everybody. Anybody like, guys, again, I consciously do that. I consciously push you, okay? Because I want you to think, okay? And I will insist. So, again, if I ask you anything, go where? Root of the word. First one, resilience. Pro is coming from of course, resilient. Yeah, such a word. Anyway, resilient, dayanıklılık in Turkish. Okay. Flexibility, adaptability, I guess. Mohammed, please go ahead.
Like resilience is basically like how a person would react over like a hurdle. Like if there's some difficulty, they would like stay motivated.
Go ahead, please go ahead.
What for like flexibility and agility?
3 of them. Yes, because now actually we are systematizing the brain. Continue.
Yeah. Flexibility is I think like you could do what work at whatever time, like very different type of work. And for agility, I honestly don't know how to explain that one.
Because generally resilience versus agility, they seem very same. Also, we say like you will hear probably resilient organization. agile organization, agile business, agile supply chain. We use those terminologies. Agility is again dayanıklı. No. Agility is more maneuver. Okay, that's the keyword for agility. Agility, yeah, maneuver. That's the keyword for you. Okay, look. Resilient is more about how you stand on, okay, even though it's snowing, it's raining, it's super sunny, okay, how much you are trying to stay, let's say, okay, metaphorically I'm explaining now, how much your ability to stay still. Resilience is more like this, okay. Flexibility, it is actually quite close with the agility, because agility, I will give you just one word for agility. It's an originally French word, maneuver, okay, but it's an English word too. So maneuver is this, manevra gücü in English. It's in Turkish we say also, right? So agility is how quickly, okay, how quickly you respond in the situation. This is agility, okay, agility. And resilience, as I said, more about how you can stay still. And of course, flexibility is about what? Adapt. How much you are adapting the new situation. After COVID come, how much you are adapting the new regulation, okay? How much you adapting a new hybrid system at university, for example. Yes, flexibility is about this, okay? Agility, again, we can give the same example. Thank you, Muhammad Jamal. Okay, I call you Jamal. Thank you, Jamal. Yeah, it's a good explanation. Agility, respond quickly and smart. Flexibility, adjust and adapt. Yes, resilient is ability to heal. And yeah, that's also true. Heal and standing still. Okay, staying strong for any circumstances. Okay, so yeah, they want to see, like, for example, in the working place, they want to see how much you can adapt, definitely, and how much you can stay resilient, okay, and you can be agile also. We call agile team. This is very important term for IT sector also, agile team, okay? How quick to respond, okay? Speed. Another one, again, another result. 3 out of 2 of companies expect a return on their investment in professional training within the first following year. That's a very, I would say, ambitious, like results. Optimistic also, but you can understand. This is important because this is what leader says. So it means that they are going to give this sort of training to you, and they're really waiting for the impact on you. And also, they will ask employees to develop new skills in the area of sustainable development, known as a green skill. I'm not sure if you are surprised with that. Surprised by. Why? Yes, Sarah.
Can you please explain what the sustainable development means? Because I see that a lot, but I never understand exactly what it means.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for asking. I'm happy to answer because this is my expertise. That's why. Because got my PhD on sustainable supply chain, so that's why. Sustainable development goal. Let me ask to the class, Dara, before, because I also want to hear your opinion about this issue, since this is considered as a new skill set for you, as a new applicants. I really want to hear your opinion. What do you think? How many of you can simply raise your hand? How many of you, I'm sure you heard it, the meaning and the extent of the sustainable development? Aruzhan? Okay, I think you're saying that you know it. And please, okay. Aruzhan, you can talk?
I heard about the Sustainable Development Goals. Like, is it the same or like it's something
Yeah,
different?
thanks. Same, sure.
Yeah, like on my first year when I was like studying like business major, they were telling me about these goals, and there are like 17 of them.
Yeah.
And basically these goals are like to improve the world's economy, ecology, and like other spheres, I guess. They focus on like politics, they focus on like global problems like global warming, poverty, or
Yeah.
like stereotype discrimination in politics, like sort of that things I
Thank you
heard.
very much. Yes, 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 yes. It is the quite, yeah, let me hear Jamal also.
Yes, I can maybe provide an example for that,
Yeah,
and
please.
that's like new renewable energy. So
Yes.
it's like helping develop the current situation and without damaging any environmental being positive about the
Mhm.
current situation and for the future. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. So, yeah, as you just your friend explained very well, and also I think Yegana mentioned about keeping the nature safe. Yeah, I do agree. This is the environmental part of it. So this is United Nations proposed this goals, sustainable development goals. The target was 2030. Okay, and actually it brings now all the countries, all the continent, not only Turkey, guy, everybody in the world now talking about this issue because it is, yes, definitely the main reason is the climate change crisis, let's say, not only change, but it become a big crisis and new normal also. So that's why they try to improve the way of living, quality of standards, but not only from environmental wise, not only by through the protecting the environment, but also trying to balance the economy with the well-being at the same time, because they want to decrease even like not sustainable consumption and production, for example, we call so they want to be aware about the waste management, like try to use the resources very effective and efficient way more than before. Okay, try to not waste things. But also at the same time, as your friends mentioned, this is also about including politics, including social well-being, like in whatever you're going to see around you, you can easily connect with the sustainable development goals because it's basically to improve our way of living, our standards. Okay, but you're going to say now, and it calls it green skills. You may say, why does the companies want us to know this? Why? Why companies want you to know this? Jamal, you said something about green energy, right?
Yes.
Go ahead. Why the companies want you to know this?
Maybe being part of the future, I think, make a
Sure,
positive effect. Yeah.
of course, positive effect, and plus,
Don't like damaging the environment. You're good, being well, eco-friendly. Yeah.
it is. This is the ultimate point. But through the way, remember that because that's actually very good and huge topic. But here I want to stay here and because I want you to know these things, okay? As a new graduate that you will be, guys. We all know what is the ultimate reputation. Ooh, Sarah, you just pinpoint my heart. But this is another issue. Later, I will say it is about energy, learning how to work in a way that protect the environment. Aisha, true, true. But I will come to the business and organization. Why does organization want you to learn this? That was my question. I will explain now. Remember, what was the ultimate aim of the business? What is the reason for existence for businesses? Not to
Be
Dara?
profitable.
Yeah, of course, of course. To make profit, like profit maximization, we call. Let's say just profit, okay? If you will say that if the main purpose of business is the profit, maximum profit, and if they want us to be sustainable as a business, now I'm putting myself, let's do empathy again. Okay, now I'm positioning myself, I'm role playing. I'm as a CEO of the company, which I produce some textile again. And in that company, I try to be more sustainable at the end. Why? If my point is to increase the profit, why I do need to be sustainable? First, even if I don't want to be, I have to be. Why? Out of it. I'm now going out of the box. Including Turkey, we have signed Paris Agreement, which means we also accept the carbon dioxide emission agreement. So my company operates, my company make production. I am responsible of producing carbon dioxide emission. For regulation, if I'm not obliged to regulation, if I don't minimize my carbon, for example, emission, if I don't follow renewable energy sources, because there are many ways to decrease it, okay? If I don't do any of this sort of thing, I'm not going to be exist. Plus, my supplier, at the end of it, they will, even though I'm a small company, I supply my product to big companies, let's say like Zara, okay? Most of the Zara's Inditex group, they are getting these raw materials and production actually in Turkey. They have like a huge factories here. So if I work with them, if I supply my product to them, they come my company and they check, they say, okay, these are our criteria. If you want to be our supplier, you have to follow this. Stop using plastic in your manufacturing area. Stop using this. Diminish your electricity like this. Diminish this, like certain rules they have. And they give you time. You have like one, then they audit you. They come and if you don't follow it, they say, we don't work anymore together. Do you see where I'm going from? Where I'm coming and where I'm going? So that's the reason why company want you to be aware of it. And according to Jamal talk about the energy, renewable energy, green energy, right, guys? Imagine you're an engineer. When they hire you, if you provide them solution, which are more like a green purposes, more like a renewable energy, at the same time, it is like not maybe too much costly also, okay? If you can provide a solution to a company, you will get the reward at the end of it. So that's why company want you to be aware of sustainable solution. Maybe not now, after 10 years, all the companies will be obliged to those sort of rules. Reputation is another issue. Yes, they use it as an reputation as well. I agree with that. But there are also some truth behind. Is it clear now?
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Okay. Companies use eco-friendly methods so they save energy, reduce waste, build back. Exactly, Aishat. Also because it is not seems to be very costly at the same time, by the way. Like saving. If you want to save things, why it's supposed to be costly? Maybe creating it, redesigning your processes might be costly at the beginning, but later on, it will worth it. You will receive it. Okay. So I think everybody now acknowledge about the green skills. What kind of green skills? So my suggestion to you again, guys, I'm pretty sure you will get some course related with that, or if not, regardless of which department you are from, please take a look. In your department, what kind of job you are going to apply, for example, in the future, please try to take a look. In your department, what kind of sustainability initiatives that you may engage? Again, think from more critical thinking skills plus creative thinking. Because in a company, if you provide something more creative solution, that will be also a plus for you. Look, another one. Leap fast. This is UNESCO. Maybe I told you before. Now I am getting a training from UNESCO and UNITAR, United Nations, And they are giving us a course about sustainable development transformation. Okay. And this is the skills they teach us as well. And they said that this is the skills that students should have in the future. Okay. So integrated problem solving competency in the middle of it. So the one of the biggest skills you should have, problem solving skills through what? Through system thinking, anticipatory competency, normative competency, strategic one, collaboration competency, critical thinking, self-awareness. I keep saying, that's why I keep pointing you. Guys, please be self-aware, please. I will come to that part. I will going to explain it here. Here. Look, yeah, here. Okay. I want to focus on this one. Future of jobs, the top soft skills to develop by 2027. Creative thinking is the first one. Analytical, digital, curiosity, resilience, system, artificial intelligence, motivation and self-awareness, talent management, service orientation, and customer service. Now, analytical, creative, system. How do we diversify these sort of thinking skills? System, analytical, and creative. Okay, let's do like this. Okay, I'll ask this question in a minute, but because I'm going to ask you just how to improve our problem-solving skills through what, okay? I will come to that one. First, let's do this one. Future jobs, again, according to this report. Can you see it clearly, by the way?
Yes, we do.
You do? Okay, good. It's a bit small, that's why I wanted to be sure. So, fastest growing job posting on LinkedIn on 2018 between 2020. Talent acquisition associate. Do you see the second one? Sustainability analyst. What is the third one? Sales development representative, customers, success analyst, sustainability specialist again, sustainability manager. Okay, but I want to show you this one. Technology adoption, digital platform. Oh, I can't read. And apps. Education and workforce development technologies, big data, Internet of Things, cloud computing, e-commerce. You can check more related to your own area, by the way, here. New jobs and lost jobs. I think this is more interesting. New jobs. AI machine learning specialist, sustainability again specialist, business intelligence analysis, fintech engineer, big data, robotic engineer. So these are the blue one. They are the one who is going to grow new jobs. Okay. Now we're going to see the purple one. Purple one will be the lost jobs. Okay. Look, purple. Bank clerks, postal service, cashier, data entry clerks. So until here, you see, accounting, bookkeeping, payment checks, they are all, it says, going to lose their jobs. What else here? Do you see here, very interesting, not very interesting, but it is in logistics, since I'm in logistic area, heavy truck and the drivers, truck drivers, they do need truck drivers, but they do need educated truck drivers. Okay, that's the word. Financial analyst, advertising and public relationship, it seems like still growing. So I think you can see clearly. So that's why I'm continuing. I don't know if this scene make you sad. I'm not sure. But our purpose is to increase our soft skills. So largest job growth, agriculture equipment operator, heavy truck driver, vocational school teacher, it says, mechanics, machinery, business development professional, sustainability specialist again. Data, this is, I already said, look. Okay, you are none of them. I'm passing. Aha, okay. I will ask you this question and how to improve analytical thinking skills. Analytical thinking skills including problem solving, decision making, overall cognitive function. We know it, okay? How to improve, what kind of practices we can do to improve our analytical thinking skills. Now it's your turn. I want to see as much as example either in the chat box or you can talk. I want to read them all. Because there are many ways to improve your analytical thinking skills. Please, Mohammed, I will read it. Please think about the classes that you hate and try to, maybe it's not a good example, but because some of my students, not to me, but they mention, why do we do that? We don't really need this. Okay, that's the word, I remember. Why do we do these things during our lesson? After we graduate, we're never going to look at it again. I give you a hint now. Think about any activities you do, like sort of things. Can you share with me, by the way? I want to know. Like
Wait,
in the
could you say that again? Sorry,
Yeah,
share
yeah.
what?
Yeah. Look, my question was this. Can you tell me please think about any of your classes and think when you say like, why do we need that? Why do we do this sort of things in the class or any topic it could be? When we graduate, we are not going to even use these things. Why do we do that? Like, can you please tell me what are those things? Then I will tell you. Mohammed? I'm waiting answer.
Sorry, teacher, still didn't get the question right. Can you please repeat?
Okay. Oh, Mohammed, I will give you a heart now. Okay, why? I will tell you why. Aisha, did you understand my question?
No.
Okay, I was saying that. Think about it, because in our area, especially I'm from logistic and business background, between my students, I've heard that. Why do we do these things? We don't going to even use it after we graduate. In our professional life, we are not going to need this sort of thing. Why do we need to do that? Or do we need to learn this? Like, yes, Sarah.
I'm feeling like I'm talking too much, but
No,
for
please go on.
example, in my school, it was always like you're not learning maths just to learn math. You learn, to understand how you learn, to understand how to get new information by
Thank
example
you.
of the math, for example.
Good. Thank you. This is one of them. Good. Because I just remember I also teach statistics before. Whew, toughest moment. Because they were all like, why do we learn? Because they were political science students, and they were like, why do we need to learn statistics, for example? They hate the subject, okay? Because they have like a complex analysis, Actually, if you realize, you don't just learn statistics just because you have to know hard skills, but while you learn hard skill, you don't really realize it, but you learn soft skills, guys. By learning math, by learning statistics, by analyzing, problem solving, these are actually help you to solve your real problem in your daily life and in your professional life. That's why you learn this. Why do you read articles, for example? Like it can be very theoretical article you try to read during the class, or it is your homework, for example. You hate it. There is a reason. Okay, the first reason, yes, you need to get this technical, like you need to learn theory, okay? But even though if you do not memorize theory anymore, but the way you learn theory, the way you memorize it, the way you analyze in your mind with cause and effect relationship help you to increase your analytical thinking skills. Okay? So, like this. Yes, to develop logical thinking. Exactly. Train you. It help you how to think actually. Okay? And I always say brain thinking is like a muscle. Since you go to gym 3 times in a week and you see that your muscles are growing, it is exactly the same with your brain. If you think too much, don't misunderstand me. It's not like being foggy heads, being fatigued. I'm not talking about this. But if you really try to think something to conceptualize while you try to understand, your brain muscles will, and your ability to thinking skills will improve. Okay? Data analysis skills, create, analyze, interpret, right? So this is how these are the things that can help you to increase your analytical thinking skills. Critical thinking, engage with complex written materials such as article, research paper, or literature. Analyze the argument and evidence presented. That's why, guys, do you remember self-assessment? I asked you one question. I said that, what do you think about this self-assessment? Does it really reflect your personal trait or skills? Why do you think I asked you this question? Exactly for this critical thinking. Because the point here, when you read, when you do something, you don't really accept it as it is. While you are trying to understand it, you try to look from this perspective to say, okay, that's given. Is it really true? What might be not true? Just thinking like this, okay? And stay curious, asking the question. That's why curiosity is very important, because that will ask you the question of why. Why? Yeah, ask always why. Sometimes it might be annoying for some people. Ask. I mean, not in the, you understand what I'm saying, but ask yourself and search for it. And seek feedback. Yes, seek feedback. That's important, guys. If you do some homework, if you really want to hear the feedback, go for it. Ask your professor, what is the feedback? There's nothing wrong with that, okay? And so practice mindfulness. You know now, I guess, what is mindfulness is. Do you know what is mindfulness? Mindfulness.
I actually don't really understand what it means in this context.
Okay, let me hear, everyone. Mindfulness techniques can help you to improve your focus, concentration, and self-awareness. Aishat.
I think it means being fully present and aware of what you're doing, thinking, and feeling at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. This is mindfulness. And Dara asked a good question. And Dara asked this question to you, Aishat, let's say. It says, what is the connection between and that's a critical question because she's criticizing. What is why mindfulness affects analytical thinking, she said.
Um, okay. So I think it's about slowing down and focusing now and paying attention to your surrounding, just to be aware of what's going on so that you can improve on whatever the problem is.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Any other idea? Actually, it tells us.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I can
go
give
ahead.
an example.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so like, I mean, when you're studying, you should be mindful so you don't get distracted by other things like social media, your phone, or your thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Yes, 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 yes. Uh, the here what I want to say also, this while if you do this sort of practices, it will like meditation, right? Why do we people suggest you to do meditation? Because it increase your focus, like as you said, social media or something like digital fatigue. Maybe you heard this word. Sometimes you do nothing during the day, like not nothing, sorry, but let's imagine in one day you realize you didn't really complete your task, you didn't do not anything which is very important, but at the end of the day you feel very tired. I'm not only talking about physical, I'm talking about mental tiredness. You feel like very tired and you ask yourself, why do I feel that much tired? I didn't even use my brain too much for thinking. You may say like I do ask sometimes this question, and I realize that's mindfulness, look, and I realize that's a digital tiredness, fatigue, because I engaged the phone because I had to communicate a lot of messages through the WhatsApp, like most of them about the work, but plus except the word like social life, family, friends, whatever it is, okay? Even though I didn't do a lot of work, but I had to digitally communicate a lot with the people and try to see, and all the time looking at the phone and try to concentrate on work, but at the same time not being efficient at the end of it, then I realized, okay, that's a digital tiredness. Okay, so mindfulness practices really can help you to stay focused and to improve your systematized thinking. Okay, systematized thinking. We can teach our brain how to think systematically. That's it. So when I realized this one, because this is about problem solving skills, right? So I said, okay, enough. For today, no more email answering, no more message answering. Only for, I will close the internet now, shut down. I need to finish my paper right now. I focus on my paper. I'm going to read the article. I'm going to write it, and I will just check my phone, let's say after 3 hours, okay, if nothing emergent happen. So that's it. This is how you train through mindfulness also, okay? And being more disciplined also make you use problem solving framework and solve puzzle. SWOT analysis we did during the class, did we? No, we didn't. Do you know SWOT analysis? Strength,
Yes.
weaknesses, opportunity, threat. Good. Okay. Your friend also mentioned. Good, good, good. Yes, SWOT analysis. It is most of the companies they do use a lot, by the way. It is good to know. At least the terminology. Good to know. And it's make you to realize solve puzzle plus I love to do that. I don't know if you do this. And I do believe that it's really helping your brain. Crossword puzzle. I don't know if you do that. It's like a retired person, but I still believe the importance of it. And Sudoku as well. So I do them a lot to improve, to avoid laziness, let's say. And puzzles and read. Yes, answer. Read. Okay, I think I'll stop here because this TED Talks is about personality, which will be our next week topic. And I will stop here. Do you have any question? Yeah. Don't go. I have a question. One last question. Now, do you remember I told you after showing you those jobs, future jobs, lost jobs, I'm still trying to decide which person to invite to our classes. HR, definitely it's going to be. And except HR, I want to invite another person as especially leader, I want to invite. Do you have like any preferences? Preferences mean like we would like to, not as a person, we would like to see someone who is in this industry. Something like this. I can take into consideration maybe. Yes, Tara.
That maybe sound a little bit controversial, but I wanted to propose maybe to have one leader or one HR as a male leader and one leader or HR as a female one, because
Okay.
sometimes the experience differ and leadership types connected to the sex of the
Okay, I
of the
understand.
person. So
I
that's
understand.
why I think it's important. Yes.
Look, for the HR, by the way, one will be definitely regardless of the gender or position, but HR leader, let's say. One of them will be that one, definitely. And another one, I'm thinking, not because the second one not going to be HR, okay? But going to be leader in any industry. But I haven't decided yet. It can be in CFO, like finance. It can be in any business, I don't know, or textile, automotive. I haven't decided yet, okay? Of course, I need to check my network for this, but I'm still thinking. So that's why I said, but I understand your point. Probably HR will be lady. Most of the HR leader, they are lady. I don't know. But yeah, and leader previously was male. So, but I try to balance it. I understand your proposal. Any other proposal? It's welcome. CTO, right? You said. Okay, CTO. Psychology or AI? AI. Actually, AI would be good. I agree. Psychology, Arusan. Since HR works with the psychologists as well, okay? And because they do psychology tests too. So HR will be enough for us, okay? From a psychology, enough mean, don't misunderstand me, but it will also cover the psychology part a little bit. AI would be nice. AI. Yeah, you're definitely, by the way, you're right, Mohammed. Definitely, you're right. CTO. CTO. Because currently I don't really know anyone in my network CTO, but I can find. Otherwise, CTO in this generation. Yeah. Product manager is a leader. Product manager. Product manager. Probably, I do have friends who is product manager actually. CTO. Audit. I have audit. I have, but okay, I like the idea of being CTO or AI, whatever it is. Would be interesting since IT and finance department requirements or yeah. Okay, thank you very much. That's why I'm discussing with you. That's the reason. I'm learning from you. CTO. Okay, I will ask CTO. Okay, let me do my own search. What else? CTO. Okay, CTO. Good. Okay, last question. Sorry. If when I invite our visitors, guest speaker, I will, but probably it will be on our class, okay? Because I have another session which is on Wednesday morning. If they are not able to come on Friday, they will come on Wednesday morning. I don't know if you have any classes, but so if not, we have to do it on Wednesday session. So I will invite you, all of you, to the Wednesday session. But anyway, we will have recording, so we will manage. Thank you very much. Okay, I will try to find CTO then. Kaydı, dur.